take off their clothes.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And not only the clothes, underwear too.
He just asked me. I said, "Yeah, okay. You are the brother of ambassador. I guess I supposed to help you.
Take off your clothes." Yeah, I guess you're a brother of. You're a brother of ambassador. I will take my clothes. I remember when I was a sperm in my mother's womb. Oh my God, what's happening there?
No,
Good that you don't see that.
But they will hear it. They really have a brain there, and I'm wondering why no one wants to take it out.
Take it out. Wow, okay. Let's just imagine if this is all really a simulation. The fact that we are thinking that this is a simulation doesn't make it not a simulation. She's raping a toy.
When we say she, we mean
dog, not human. Are there
creators?
Yeah.
This is Just Any Podcast, the most useless podcast ever. Sit back, relax, and prepare to wonder why you're listening to this in the first place.
I just read news from Russia. From Russia with love.
Nice.
You know this, how do you call it how would you call it in English? Like there is an exam, like SAP, or what's the equivalent in USA?
You're ending the school and
when you're ending, when you're ending the school, they're pretty important. Without good marks on them, you cannot enter the university. Blah blah blah. Yeah, and like in some area, doesn't matter in Voronezh, girls were questions like they have this metal detector. What do you call it? I don't know.
Metal detector?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think metal detector.
They detect if you have with you something like a phone or something like you shouldn't have anything with you.
Technology for
like headphones or something, and it actually make a sound like. Some of the girls had something, and they couldn't find anything. So they, what? You know what's happening after?
I think she put it somewhere.
No.
Okay.
No one put anything there, but they actually wanted to be sure, and they said, "Okay, take off your clothes."
Oh yeah. Okay.
And not only the clothes, underwear too. Can you imagine that? And it's a huge. A big deal in there.
Yeah, I can. Wow.
Like these girls, they had to get naked in front of these people. I don't know who they
girls?
Are.
Girls. Many?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I thought only one.
No,
doesn't make any difference. But,
I don't know. Maybe 10 of them. I don't know. Huge.
Wow.
Not 2, not 3.
And 2 were the, of course. The
I don't
guys,
know. I wanted to be sure if they were women, but I don't think so.
Yeah. Me too.
I think guys did that.
Wow.
Yeah.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Did actually,
they didn't, yeah?
Yeah, they did.
They did?
Because they girls, they kids, and they said we couldn't get you to the exam if you don't do that.
Oh shit! So they're 17, 16 years old.
Yeah, 17 years old.
What the fuck is happening?
They took off their clothes in front of the security.
Oh my god.
What the fuck?
This is painful.
And just after that podcast I heard. What?
This is painful for me to hear. Wow.
What's happening?
I just remembered nothing in comparison, but I just remembered that when I was flying some 10-12 years before to Paris, do you know the security is very bad there?
In Paris?
Yeah. The French security, basically they are awful. They always
and maybe to interrupt. Maybe it was back at the time when this terrorism were very
peak.
And
also I was flying from Armenia, not from Germany.
Of course, that makes a difference.
He he started to talk to me in French. I was answering in English and very polite that hey, I don't know French, but I knew some French, so I could understand that he was saying to me that what the fuck do I care? You are in my country, so speak French to me. I was like, what the fuck? And he was like, okay, take off your shoes, and it is nothing like your underwear. For me, it
Not
was
mine.
like, for me, it was like, what the fuck? What did I do?
Take off your shoes.
Yeah,
you
take
didn't
off your
want
shoes.
to take your
Yeah,
shoes.
I didn't want. I know this is a normal practice in a lot of countries, but for me, even then, it was like, what the fuck? I don't want to do in front of all these people.
What if I stink?
Yeah, what if I stink? What if this like cut somewhere there?
What if I have holes in them?
Yeah. So yeah, as I said, nothing to compare with this.
Yeah, nothing
girls,
to
but,
compare, really.
But you can imagine my thoughts when you were telling me that. Like, what? No. Wow.
But what would you do? Like, imagine if they say your whole future depends on it.
Just now, I imagined that I would refuse it because I was scared to take off
Then
my
you
shoes.
cannot go to
Yeah.
the exam, and then you will have to wait 1 year or 2.
Yeah,
Okay.
I will not do that. I would not do that. But then later I would fight to go to the court and to do everything in this year that I have to make their lives miserable, which I definitely couldn't do. I know that.
Yeah, because it's Russia.
I know that. But yeah,
They could do your life miserable.
I know. But I mean, for me, there are some how to say. Some
Red lines.
red lines, yeah.
You can't cross.
Connected with my dignity. This is like
Oh.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
That's what you're
Don't do
saying
that.
now. Even if you were like, I don't know, 16 years old kid.
Well, let me remember when I was 16 what happened to me.
Oh, that's interesting. What happened?
Nothing. Nothing interesting.
Yeah, that would be like I try to imagine what would I do, and I don't know.
Well, I actually remembered what happened to me. You know the story, they don't know. Maybe I can tell it. What happened to me when I was 20 years old, flying back from Syria to Yerevan.
Yeah.
And you know that I had some stuff with me.
Don't talk about that here. Don't do that. That's dangerous.
Stop. I will be famous one day. They will
But
use all
still,
this.
even now, you don't actually know what exactly was there, right?
I don't know.
Some guy from a...
Not some guy, ambassador. No, brother of ambassador.
Okay, some guy from embassy, a brother of ambassador, gave you something?
Yeah,
like
he gave me 2 big, like really huge...
trolleys or...
known as
bags?
carton bags?
Carton? Boxes?
Boxes, yeah, but they were like large, very large, big. And actually he thought that he could send it via like
Post? DHL.
not DHL, like you
American
don't,
Express.
you won't take
sorry.
it to the
UPS.
ship, but you will take it to the baggage.
I don't understand what you mean.
You have some bags and you are
So you have carry-on baggage?
Yeah, not
and you-
carry-on. He thought that he could make it to send it in the like
Without you?
yeah, without me.
Oh,
But
okay.
he couldn't do that. There were
Okay.
some problems with these baggages, and I had to take it with me to the plane. And I had to fly from Syria to Halep, then to Yerevan, and then in Halep I got huge problems. Plus he gave me some 2 million, I don't know how much was that, but I had cash with me, his money. And,
Not yours, it was not a bribe.
No, I was
he
like-
gave nothing.
I was a student. I didn't know anything, like basically anything. He just asked me. I said, "Yeah, okay. You are the brother of ambassador. I guess I supposed to help you."
Take off your clothes. Yeah, I guess you're a brother of... You're a brother of ambassador. I will take my clothes.
Yeah. So this was the situation, and then in Halep I got in a lot of problems. And so the police arrived, so you to understand there were like 20-30 police officers. They came there and that was really shit. And back to your question, I was fighting that. I was fighting with my Arabic, saying that I will not open these packages. Those are not mine. Those belong to ambassador. You don't want an international conflict here. You will cut all the relationships between Armenia and Syria. You don't want to do that. I'm not letting you. So I fight it, and I could somehow do that. I don't know how.
Yeah, but that's different, isn't it? Because
no, why? Maybe I don't know.
The consequences.
Consequence, I could go to the prison.
Exactly. The consequence was that you could go to the prison if they opened it.
Yeah.
It's not like if they opened it, you would. It's different outcome, you know.
Yeah.
If you, it's not like your life depends on it in a way that you would go to the prison if you refuse to take off your clothes.
Yeah,
but the stakes are higher.
Yeah.
The stakes were higher in Aleppo. Yeah, where?
Aleppo. Yeah. I mean,
but who knows?
No, but for me, also taking clothes, it's high stakes.
But that's fucking awful.
I'm double thinking. I would refuse that. Really.
Yeah.
But wow.
It's
an interesting topic. What do you think the future of this all exams will be with all this technology that we have nowadays? So basically, you can have a very small thing in your ear or in your everywhere. I mean, and they cannot detect it. And
I don't think it would make a difference because, for example, when I was taking this exam, I knew for sure 2 girls, they had their phones with them. Mm-hmm. Back then, it was 20 years ago.
You wouldn't have phone. Let's start from there.
So, what?
You wouldn't have phone.
No, we had.
You had.
Of course, yeah. 15 years ago.
Rich.
Why? It was 2008. Everyone had phones.
No, I had my first phone when I was in the second course of the university.
Okay. Yeah. No. In Russia, where I lived, we all had.
That's what I'm saying. You're rich.
No, it was just not that. It was not that expensive to have a phone. I'm not saying Apple. No one knew about Apple back then, but it's not the point. So 2 girls, they had phones with them. Mm-hmm. Back then there was no security with these detectors. They were just watching over you. That's it. And in the middle of the exam, they just said, "Oh, can I go to the toilet?" And they had headphones with them, and they just somehow they cheated. I'm saying that it's possible every time, everywhere.
Yeah, if you want, you can do that, but it's interesting how where the technology will lead and what kind of devices will we have for cheating.
Yeah, but we also will have these anti-devices which can detect this
or in
small...
the end they can take your underwear. So.
Yeah, they can take your underwear too.
An option. Let's take it open.
Oh my god. They can go even deeper than that, maybe.
I just remembered when you were telling the story. I remembered this book, this trilogy of
Burning God, Poppy War.
Poppy War. Do you remember the book was starting from the point that she was giving the exam, and they also thought she was cheating, and I think they also made her to take her clothes off.
I remember her taking an exam,
but they suspect her for cheating. So. Okay,
and she took off her clothes? I don't remember that.
No underwears, but the clothes, yeah.
Yeah, that depends on what's your
state.
Yeah, what's your state? Yeah. Where is your red line? For someone it will be like, yeah, what's the big deal.
Can you imagine it happening in Germany?
No,
Yeah.
I can't. Like someone asks you to take off your
wow.
clothes. Oh my
Wow.
god!
It would
It's
be
not that
a
in
huge
Germany
scandal.
here, like we're all saints. They all saints. Have you seen this video from Germany, from the north of Germany? People are shouting,
No, lately?
"Ausländer raus!"
Lately?
Yes, it was big, huge
Ausländer raus,
scandal.
in English will be foreigners out.
Foreigners out, and some of them, and they were all like, they had this huge party
Yeah.
on the island. There is a
Really?
really good island in the north called Sylt.
Mhm.
Have you heard of it?
Mhm.
It's very, very like, for, I don't know, like everything is really what.
But for blood and sex ritual?
No. For wealthy people, like everything is very expensive there, and wealthy people live there. Yeah, it's a very prestigious island and very touristic. And they had these people, like I don't know, maybe 200 of them or 100 of them at least. They had this huge party in the nightclub. I think it was a nightclub. And they were shouting, they were drinking, and someone was singing, and they were shouting, yeah, refugees, no, not refugees, foreigners out. Some of them...
All of them were Germans or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Some of them make this gesture, like Nazi gesture, like with hand.
Yeah, oh wow.
And something else.
2024 Germany.
Yeah, 2024 Germany. They were all young, maybe max, I don't know, 35 years old. Yeah. And what the fuck?
Wow.
You haven't heard of it, you haven't seen it.
No.
Yeah, that's why we live. Foreigners.
Interesting.
Yeah, sometimes I think, like, maybe we should
Move.
move from here. I don't know. America, hi. Should we come? I don't know, because
the situation is getting really scary and I cannot concentrate here.
Yeah, maybe you should take her.
What's the problem?
She's just... She is missing you. At the same time, she refuses to come.
Yeah. Okay.
No.
Yeah, there is this party, I forgot the name.
AfD,
which is getting really serious numbers here. So
yeah, but not. I heard that they not that popular right now. Like in some areas, they even lost something. I don't know.
Yeah, but
But still,
really getting very like.
Yeah, it's a tendency, right?
Yeah.
When something is not bad, something is not good in the country, whose fault is that? Foreigners. Yeah.
But it's like very interesting because the foreigners basically help this country to come to its
do you
feet,
know?
right?
I actually didn't know that statistic that 80% or 90% of foreigners that actually come here from other countries, they get job really, really quick, like in a span of a year or two. Not a huge amount of them stays on a social, how do you call it? I don't know, help?
You mean those people who come here are refugees or like we are? Like
everyone, refugees too. Okay. Refugees and expats and everyone. We're talking about foreigners. It doesn't matter. And actually a lot of people who are taking the social helps, or what do you call it?
Social help.
They are Germans and who lived here like for a long time. Yeah. It's not like, but the common stereotype and perception is that they come here and they eat and they drink.
Also they steal our jobs, which is ridiculous.
Because there are so many jobs here that actually there are not enough people.
Yeah. Like basically they are searching for a lot of positions for the IT sphere. And I don't know so many Germans who are into this, like real programmers or someone. They are looking for Indians, Armenians, Russians.
No, they are.
Yeah,
just
but
not that many.
Not that many. But there are a lot of positions, and they can go to this sphere. But
maybe you should take her.
how can we make a good transition from the Ausländers?
Just talk about what you want to talk about. That's it.
I wanted to
No transition is needed.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about this. When was this podcast? Lately or
Joe Rogan?
Joe Rogan's podcast?
Yeah,
was,
like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago maybe.
Yeah, Terrence
Howard.
Howard.
Terrence Howard. Yeah, he's an actor, and as we
Very
found
interesting
out, he's also scientist.
Yeah, but he has a PhD. I've checked. In a biology?
Actually, he's legit.
Yeah, in a biology? No, it was.
Would make total
Chemistry.
sense. Chemistry, I think, because chemistry was his like a strong side.
Yeah,
I think
it was very interesting guy.
Like from the very first seconds when he starts to talk about Joe, Joe, no, not even the karma. Joe, do you remember your first ever memory? And he's like, no, I don't. And he's like, I do. I remember when I was a sperm in my mother's womb. I was in my mother's womb, and I was, I was like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah.
Like I thought for a second, not even for a second, for a total hour, I thought he's crazy. But then, like not an hour, maybe 20 minutes.
Yeah.
But then when he started to talk about
this...
You
have watched everything, right?
The first time I watched only the 1 hour and I just dropped it. And then I watched almost the whole thing, which was 3 hours, I think.
Yeah.
And on the way, like I was trying to... prove, like not prove, but to check if something that he's saying is actually to proof check. And I couldn't check the physics stuff or chemistry really because I actually don't understand, I'm not that familiar with physics and chemistry. But what he was talking about biology made total sense. Like the thing.
What was he talking about biology? I don't remember.
Like for example, the thing with the spike protein that is in vaccines of COVID. For example.
I don't remember that part.
Yeah, he was saying that it enters your like cell nucleus, and it enters your DNA, and this protein that is in every like vaccine of COVID, it enters the DNA, and it shuts down like some genes. Particularly, he said the exact name of one gene that is responsible for actually. Like there are a lot of genes that help us to navigate through the cell, like in terms of if it sees if the protein that is coding for this gene, if it sees something is wrong in your cell, it clears it. For example, if you have cancer cell, these proteins clear it.
Now it won't see it.
He said that this spike protein is shutting off exactly one type of protein, for example, that is responsible for, I thought he was talking about lung cancer or some type of cancer. Like he was so specific, and he named the protein, he named the gene, and I checked it and everything was like correct. Like the name of the gene, he remembered the name for fucking gene. And for you to know, the genes are really, really difficult to remember. Like they are like have some names like RGSPV20 or something like that. And
well, you can see that he's not mad guy. He's not he's really very clever, and what he talks, he really knows stuff. But it's so weird to hear his theory about the whole universe. You remember it all?
Yeah, the first thing
like, the sun theory, right? The first thing he talked about, it was that the civilization and the life appears exactly in one It depends on the position of the planet.
Yeah, that makes sense actually.
Where the planet is located. So he was telling that maybe before Mars was in the position of the Earth, then the life occurred in Mars. Then he went away because like we are circling the sun and the planets are going farther. And as right now the Mars is farther than Earth, so there is no life there. And the life is here. And in time, we are going to be in the position of Mars, again, to rotate and go farther from Sun, and the life will disappear, and the life will start in...
on Venus.
Venus is or Mercury? Venus.
Venus is next.
Yeah.
But that makes total sense. Like, that's not his theory that was a long time before. That's actually very logical theory, because the conditions that we have right now on Earth are suitable for life.
Yeah.
And they will change.
Yeah.
Because all depends on our approximation, like on our how close we are to the sun.
But not all, right?
Like
not
most of all, the majority of it. Like our whole atmosphere and everything comes from our conditions in atmosphere. Like the way our atmosphere right now is because of the fragile harmony, or I don't know if you can call it a harmony, but fragile situation of if the Earth is not too far away and not too close.
But the question is that imagine every random planet, like Saturn, for example. Not that random, but Saturn is exactly in the place of Earth. So will this
was
like, or is, or will be in the future? I don't know. Won't be.
No,
in the
it
future,
was.
But was
because it's far away.
Yeah. So the life was also in there.
Maybe.
Because of the position. This is my question.
So you're questioning the life. If if the conditions on Mars, for example, or Saturn or Jupiter, was so good for the life to emerge. I mean,
no. My question is: imagine any kind of random planet. Any.
What do you mean random?
Any random planet. Because he says that in every galaxy, in every star system, the star creates the life in the planet, right? So that's I'm saying.
The star creates the planet, he said.
Or the
not
life.
The life.
I think he said the life. He said the planet?
Yes, he was talking about how it creates the planet. That we think that our planet and Mars and Jupiter and Venus and all the planets that we know are created from the Big Bang, from the small parts of Big Bang. But he says that actually it was Sun.
Yeah.
He wasn't talking about Big Bang at all. Like,
no, he wasn't.
Wasn't. And he said that we are part, not we, the Earth was a long time ago, a billion years ago, a part of the sun, and it was just it was separated from the sun.
Yeah.
He wasn't talking about life at all. No.
Yeah, right.
And every other planet too. It was just separated from the sun because of the, I don't know, some rules that we don't know, or he was trying to explain. Like he was explaining.
It was very difficult to.
I didn't understand anything from that because I'm not
I
that
think Joe
smart.
Rogan also.
Yeah, Joe Rogan was also too. He was like, "Do you understand what I'm saying?" And Joe Rogan was. Okay.
And he wants that I wish I could understand everything you're talking right now, and that was exactly my thought, because
me too.
I was thinking he's saying something, but I'm kind
like
of
the
not...
two things that were for me like mind blowing. First, that he remembered himself in his womb, in his mother's womb. Like, okay.
You think he's not telling the story? You think he really remembers? Like, do you believe when he says, I remember that?
I think he thinks he remembers. Like, I think he genuinely believes in that. The other part of it, that if it is actually true, I don't know. But I truly believe that it is his experience. I cannot deny. I'm not saying that he's bullshitting. No, I don't think he's bullshitting. I think he genuinely believes that, and it is his experience. Like, I have a question about logics. It didn't make sense to me in a way that. Do you remember he was talking about? I remembered I had a friend in my mother's womb, and I was playing with it, and I later understood that it's my arm. Do you remember that? And also he said,
it's my arm.
Yeah, like kids, it makes total sense actually, because kids, they even before they are 4, I guess, or 5 months old, even after the birth, they don't actually understand that their arm and their legs are theirs.
Yeah.
They are just, that's why they're sucking them or like playing with them. They don't really understand their body. That's why it makes sense that in his womb he would do that, and he would think that it's a toy. But on the other hand, he says something that I was trying to memorize everything. I talked to myself and I thought, you should remember this, you should remember this. And I was thinking, if you are a kid that doesn't really know anything, like, why the hell would you have such thought?
Because you
remembered his past life?
His past, yeah. He said that he remembered something from his past.
So he remembered his past life, and then he remembered
this exact moment. It's so complicated.
That was okay. Really strange. You should watch that if you haven't.
Yeah, for sure. I just remembered yesterday I was watching some weird boy on YouTube. He's a Russian guy. I don't know if you know him or not. He's a blind guy. His mother is a psychotherapist. And so this boy is seeing some things about the future, past. I don't know. He's like clairvoyant. Yes. And I was watching the whole interview. I never saw that he said something about future that happens already. But yeah, people say that he sees something. And what was interesting, and I remembered Howard also when I was watching him, that so this woman called them and was interviewing this boy and asked, hey, do you remember your who were you in your past life? Do you remember that one? And he's now, I guess, 12 years old or something, and he says like, no, this is too late to ask me this question. And the lady said, why then? And he was like, hey, it's too late. You should ask me when I was like 2 years, 3 years old. That time, all the children, and I said, not all the children, but majority of us remember our past lives. But then you will forget it. Now I don't remember that. And it was interesting also.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was a bit like strange to me. But then he was talking about gravity.
Yes, that there is no gravity at all.
That there is no gravity, and that our universe is actually not expanding; it's just breathing. Yeah, that was fascinating. And it like for me, even if I don't understand the shit he was talking about, but I genuinely believe that it's true, because it doesn't make any sense that our universe is just expanding and then what? But the thing that it's like an organism that is breathing, like expanding and then back and then again.
It's like in someone's lung. Yeah, it's someone's lung.
Yeah, maybe someone. Yeah.
Today, in previous,
but he was explaining that not from the point of biology, from the point of like magnetism, electronic, blah, 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 I don't know. Electricity and magnetism, like two energies that are opposed to each other, and there is no gravity. Yeah, so
I mean, it was fucking hard to understand. And maybe I got some major ideas, but I couldn't grasp everything he was talking about, and also Joe was like, interesting, but he also couldn't ask some questions, because you should understand the topic to ask questions.
No, I think he understood more than we.
Yeah,
but still, overall, I would love to have. I would love if they have the debate with. Oh my God, who was this?
Neil deGrasse.
Neil deGrasse.
Yeah, but he said that he kind of mocked him, or
Yeah, exactly. But maybe Joe Rogan will intervene, and maybe they will do something.
Ask them to come here.
Yeah, of course. Will we able to ask questions though? That's.
Do they need us to ask questions? They will ask and answer, and we will like.
This guy, we won't need them.
This guy.
Yeah, a great debate. Debate of the century.
Yeah.
But really, I don't understand like why people, scientists, they are so keen to. Like if someone says gravity doesn't exist, they're so, what are you talking about? And because he doesn't say that if this falls right now, it won't fall. Like he doesn't say that. He explains that everything is like a tornado. What was the fucking? He explains that too. I didn't understand like really. No,
and also he was talking about the spaces. Do you remember?
What?
Spaces that there is. He was saying that in the physics now we say that there are spaces that is occupied with nothing, but he says that it is not true because everything is in magnetism. So everywhere is magnetism. And
not like that. He was saying that. It's not like there is no empty spaces. Yeah. Everything is occupied with something, but not with
magnetism, I think, or electricity. I don't know.
Maybe both. I think we are not qualified to talk about this.
But we are qualified to talk about our thoughts that we didn't understand it.
Yeah, okay. That's for sure.
Yeah. But if you understand, please write.
Yeah, I was looking actually when I was watching this. I was looking on YouTube to the comments. Like if there's someone who in chemistry or physicist, and he or she can actually tell that if he's bullshitting or not. Like people, there were some kind of like 3 or 4 comments I read. Like people who are making their PhD in physics, and they were saying like he's talking. Like legit things.
Okay.
But not too much.
Well, it's interesting why the scientists don't want to have this conversation with him. Really?
I think that most of it is that he's an actor.
Yeah, but
like
what
mainly. I don't know.
And he's also a PhD. What?
Like a guy, he has like how many patents? Patents? What the fuck?
What is patents?
No, patent. Momento. Translation. Patent, yeah. How many patents he has? 70 of them. Have you seen that his first is about AI? No, not AI. Virtual reality. I didn't really.
Yeah.
And like every major firm uses it, Microsoft and etc. Sony.
They really have a brain there, and I'm wondering why no one wants to take it out.
Take it seriously. Take it out. Wow. Okay. Maybe someone will take it out. Really maybe they actually. Yeah. Unfortunately, not only today.
Yeah.
Maybe after this conversation, someone will actually, like, I don't know, approach him.
Well, have you seen on YouTube there are some programs that the scientists come across with the non-scientists, the people who, for example, say that the Earth is flat. 3 of them, flat earthers, come, and 3 scientists come, and they sit in front of each other and debate. And it's very interesting and very good for the people who want to really understand the science. So they can do in this format also. Yeah, the scientists come someone says there is gravity, and he comes says there is no gravity, but there is this and this. Why not?
I think maybe, what if Neil deGrasse cannot actually cannot actually give good arguments about the gravity?
But he's afraid.
And he was just mocking him because he just couldn't give him a good
maybe
argument.
I don't know.
Do you know what gravity is? I don't. Like, we call something, like the fact that we call some phenomena doesn't make it real. Yeah, we have rules, we have this formula that describes this, like we have this G, we have the number, that the gravity on Earth is like 9 point blah blah blah, if I remember it correctly. And there were, when I was taking physics in the university, there was a way in which they don't actually give you the formula and they say, this is the gravity and this is the formula that you should need, like you should use. They actually show you the way you come to this. It's not that simple. I don't remember anything about that, but everything could be actually not true. Like, I just don't understand why people from science, they cannot accept that something they consider to be true is not anymore, because it happened so many times in the past. Like, when Einstein came with the idea of relativity, they thought, what? This doesn't make any sense. Like, Newton was
remember Galileo, this poor guy.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it's very painful for the scientists to accept that their whole life they worked on a theory and this is not true.
But it should be exciting.
Yeah.
Like, something that you actually found out that something isn't true, that means that you are one step ahead, not one step behind. Because now you know something you didn't. And that's actually also a knowledge. That's just doesn't make any sense. Like, because scientists are kind of people that I always thought they are these kind of people that they should be excited. Yeah, they should be excited if they are wrong. They should be excited if they don't know something. And I just don't understand. Maybe it was just my romanticization of science and scientists and...
Yeah, maybe. I don't know, because this is not only Neil deGrasse, but there are a lot of scientists out there, and no one wants to talk to this guy. I mean...
Yep. I don't know. It's strange, but he actually held a speech in Oxford, I think, or Cambridge.
Yeah.
He had...
I haven't watched the talk, but there was...
Yeah, I didn't too. But, yeah, I mean, he's not like a no-name. He has something. He has something to give to the scientific community. And he's not like a guy from the street. Yeah.
What about this another scientist, Robert
Greene?
Greene?
Robert Greene? You mean the physicist?
Yeah.
Oh, Brian Greene. Sorry.
Brian Greene, right.
Yeah. What about
Where is
him?
he?
I don't know. He's in New York. He's in Columbia University, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
Or he's what?
I mean, he seems kind.
Why he seems open to the...
Yeah, he seems very open.
Yeah, maybe. But it's not like... Terrence Howard came to every scientist he knew and they talked about this.
But he said he wrote... Musk is not a scientist, of course, but he wrote to
and Musk is too
Jesus
busy
and,
to give this attention, I think.
Why? The Musk is the
Musk.
the Musk.
The Musk
is has a personality that he likes changes, new things.
Yeah, but I don't think that he actually read his message, or even if he read it, he just thought maybe, I don't know, lots of reasons why you wouldn't take that into consideration. I don't know. Like, maybe he was not in the mood.
Well, that
Maybe.
can be with mask.
Yeah. I actually was listening to, oh my god, who was that? Who was that? Another Joe Rogan's guest. He was talking about Musk, that he's actually really, he wrote to Musk and he added him to block, like he blocked him. I mean, Elon Musk blocked this guy.
Yeah.
And he didn't understand why. And it was like, I don't know. I mean, Musk isn't the perfect guy to have a conversation.
Musk. I mean, he can do whatever he wants, and
No, it was not a question. It was just a conversation.
yeah.
And
Why
then he blocked
me?
him. Like nothing happened and he blocked me, he said. I don't know. Was it... it was this biologist, you know. I don't remember the name, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, it was just funny. I mean, Musk isn't the greatest guy to get in touch with or to communicate. But they should have some more conversations about these strange topics, like on the verge of
Alternative
science.
science, I was saying.
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah.
Well,
maybe.
yeah. When you say there is no gravitation, this is alternative science for the moment.
Yeah,
Until we prove
right
that
now.
This is the truth.
Yeah, maybe. Like why? And there was another guest, one of the last guests too. This guy from Silicon Valley. He's an investor, I guess. And he was talking about simulation. I was telling you that he was talking about the simulation and the karma. Like he was connecting this all.
Yeah.
That
cool.
was strange.
He was a scientist. Oh no.
No. He was a tech guy, just a tech guy, not a scientist.
Yeah. How was he connecting this? It's interesting.
Because
the karma is also like a simulation.
Like if it's a simulation, like it's a game, and in every game you have levels, you can die and then you can be reborn as a character. And just imagine it's the same as karma. You die and then you reborn as another character in another place maybe, or in the same place but I don't know, in other circumstances, just another character. And then you don't remember your past, but something in what's happening right now with your character, something something is connected to the past previous game you played. That's
I'm not a gamer. I understand only the karma part of it, but is it so in the game? In the game, when you are dead, you will reborn as another character, in another place, or it's just an option that you can do?
it depends on a game. You can create such a game. That's
you can
his
create
point.
such a game.
Well, that's the point, that we live in a simulation that is such a game.
Okay. Yeah.
That if you die, you can be reborn, or it's your next level. That too, and on your next level, you're a different character, maybe.
Yeah, and also in this game, you can also be. You have your birth in previous time in past. Also in the karma, there is such concept that you can. The time is not linear. You can be born in the past or in the future. Also in the simulation, you can be born in the past.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, all is here. All is here.
The game is happening all the time. Yeah, and everything in the game is happening all the time. That's actually a strange thing to. Wow, I never thought about that.
What, time?
No, that our games, even our games that you have PlayStation here, that there is no time there.
There is no time, yeah.
And we created something with our minds that there is no time there. You can, but there is a linear thing. Like there is a plot.
You are living
in there. Yeah, you have time.
Yeah, in this particular moment. But overall, there is no time, as in karma also.
So you can't, for example, go to level 3, because before that you have to finish level 1, level 2, for example. And to finish that you have to go from A to B, not the other way around.
Yeah, and if you don't pass this level, you will stick there until you will learn how to pass the level. Both in the game and in
so
the
imagine we created a game. We know everything about the game. But we don't know if the characters are real, and we put these characters in the game. We don't know how they will behave. So we as creators actually don't know the outcome. We know like overall the game.
We know the rules of the game, but we don't know the types of characters, right? Their personalities, their emotions.
Can they change the rules of the game? I'm just thinking. I'm thinking from the point of
can you break the game, right? Crack the game. Well, maybe some characters can crack the game, like jump from 3 level to the 7, for example.
Like the fact that if let's just imagine if this is all really a simulation. The fact that we are thinking that this is a simulation doesn't make it not a simulation. Because if I were to make a game, a simulation, like one of the rules would be that I don't want my characters to know actually that this is a simulation, because it doesn't make sense. Or maybe it makes sense.
Why? It's making it interesting. I was thinking that I would make it that they will at some point understand that this is simulation.
Yeah, maybe it makes sense.
And I will see what they would do.
Would you create a possibility to break the game?
Because it's in my personality. I always like breaking the games, breaking the rules, and I like thinking out of the box. So that would be interesting for me to see.
What would they do? But what if them breaking the game would actually be very bad for you, because they would actually have some possibility to harm you?
Crack me and to harm me, like kill me, or
I don't know. Any
come and say, God,
give
me answers.
What have you done? Fuck.
Well, at least it's interesting. I would like to have the conversation with them as well. I would like to understand those characters who could break these rules, because they should be very clever, and if they are so clever, fucking clever, I think welcome.
Yeah, me too, actually. That's interesting. It's boring if you take this opportunity from the game.
I don't like that everything should be
determined,
with rules determined. There should be free will, even these characters in the simulation, they should have their free will, and sometimes to choose the way that you haven't even thought.
So are there
creators?
Well,
I'm afraid we never.
But even if this is a simulation, then they are creators. They created the game, not us, right?
Then who created
us? Fuck.
I don't know. I think they created us.
So they created us too, and the game.
Yeah.
So if they created us and the game,
so
that doesn't mean
you're creating a game. You're creating the characters as well, right? Where are your characters coming from?
I create a game. I sell it to you, and you are the character.
You mean I am the character.
Well, you're playing the game, right?
Yeah, but there are a lot of right.
But you
right. I was thinking about another type of games.
It's pointless to create something that has no actual character. Like, okay, another thing, if we're using AI. And only AI plays the game.
Yeah. I was thinking about that. Okay, yeah.
Like AI creates a lot of characters. They are very different. They have this free will. Can you call it that? I don't know.
But there are also players.
And they are players, and they have no idea that they are AI. And they have no idea that they are in the game. That actually we can do right now. Like,
Yeah.
okay, maybe not right now because AI is not
In
that.
2 years. I
In
would
2
say,
years, yeah. And that would be like interesting to watch. When will AI, for example, understand that this is I am AI in this game and this is a game? That's a social experiment we should do.
Yeah.
It's not a social experiment, it's like, I don't know, scientific experiment.
And then the AI would
It's
be in
AI
an
experiment.
existential crisis that what the fuck?
Yeah, that's actually
What the
very,
fuck?
very dangerous thing to do with AI. Like to
Yeah.
give him,
Why him?
yeah, them, to put them in such a position, I think.
Yeah, but it will come, I think.
Like
We
imagine
cannot stop it.
you understand that you are in a game right now. You crack the game, and then you understand that you actually are bigger and more intelligent than the creator. Because AI, it's the case of AI. It will give you. It will empower you. Well, but really, which is actually possible.
And imagine then you would make a big meeting with another characters, say like a priest, say, hey, come here, we are AIs, we are clever than the creator, we can change this everything.
Let's make a revolution.
Yeah, let's make a revolution. And the government says, hey, those are dangerous guys, those are psychos. We should imprison them, and they will start to fight between each other.
Well, we're actually laughing, but is it that laughable?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's laughable.
Really?
Imagine this scenario.
I
Like, it
can.
will be
Very
exactly like in the Earth happenings. Someone says something, and then a bunch of people said, "Hey, this is crazy man. Let's kill him."
And the next Jesus will be AI.
Yeah.
And the next religion will be based on the AI Messiah.
Well, maybe it will be better.
Maybe. Yeah. We will kill this AI and then...
We will kill the AI.
Well, if it's a Messiah, if it will become a Jesus, then...
Jesus.
I think...
Jesus AI. Okay. How would you... Crucify? No, it doesn't work.
Yeah, how do you kill an AI Jesus? Crucify?
Well, this is an open question.
Digitally crucify him.